Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of January 29th through February 4th. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. I ask you to connect directly with the cards and use your own intuition to go beyond just the things that I'm telling you. Okay. Remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here is some really, really wonderful fire energy. This is the Eight of Wands to start us out. Let's put that into some context and see what might be going on with that energy this week. All right, we're going to use our Dove and Serpent spread. A lot of earth energy already, a lot of earth and fire going on. More good earth energy, more good fire energy. We're going to do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to put that right there. We're not going to look at it until the very end. So stick around to the end of the reading and we'll find out if that might, tie everything together or give us the confirmation that we're looking for at the very end of things. Okay. So, let's see. Nice balance. We've got some major arcana. A lot of major arcana, some good cards. I think it's a pretty nice balance. So the one thing that I do find missing initially is that water element. So I don't know if there is some issue going on emotionally that is not being dealt with. With the lack of water here, I'm feeling either a lack of a connection with your emotions or a lack of a sense of meaning and purpose in the work that you're doing. Okay, so I just want to put that out there. We'll see how that might develop as we go through these cards, but that's just what I'm feeling kind of right off the bat, First thing we had was that Eight of Wands. I think you're the type of person that really gets fired up about things, I think that you have a lot of good ideas, and when you catch one of these good ideas, you have tremendous energy and enthusiasm with it. You know what I mean? You really just kind of put everything you have into it. If it's a new hobby, a new relationship, a new job or career, a new idea, a new passion, any kind of new project, I feel like you really put everything you have into it. You devote all your time to it. You go out and buy everything you need to do it, and you don't do anything else. But I think a lot of the times that kind of energy fizzles out rather quickly. It's a little bit short-lived, I feel like you really have a lot of passion, a lot of this energy and enthusiasm, but you're still trying to kind of find a place to put it, You're trying to find that one area, that one passion project, that task, that purpose. Maybe this is the lack of water. Maybe that area of your life or that focus that you can have with that purpose, with that intense emotional connection to it. Because I feel like you really start something, again, with this Eight of Wands. I'm going to try to show the cards a little bit better going forward with these readings. I feel like you have a lot of this intensity and a lot of this passion, but after a little bit of time, you realize, okay, this isn't really the one. And then you kind of move on, or that enthusiasm fades out a little bit, So I think part of the message here this week is trying to find that area of your life, that project, that passion, that maybe career path, or finding that purpose in life that is going to sustain this energy level, sustain your enthusiasm and your attention really for the long term. Okay. Now, what we see crossing your path this week is this Nine of Pentacles, or discs, coins, diamonds. I think you're going to be receiving something this week. Okay. And whether or not this had something to do with finding this passion, finding this purpose, this outlet for all of your fire energy, I don't know. I'm not sure. It seems to me like it must be related in some way, and as we go through these cards, maybe we'll find out what that is. But I feel like you're on the receiving end of something. I don't know if this is like a lump sum bonus, a payout, an unexpected paycheck, payday, some kind of a dividend, some kind of I'm getting a feeling like a large-scale gift kind of thing, right? Something that's unexpected that's coming your way. And it could be something that is going to give you the freedom then to explore your different passions and to really kind of narrow it down and give you a little more free time, you know, to explore the lack of water energy that we see. It could be that what you are receiving is going to directly relate to this sense of purpose and meaning and this passionate energy that you have that, again, is kind of needing a focus that you can sustain, okay? Because I feel like you have a lot of this fire energy, like I said. You've got a lot of this fire in you, but when you try to channel it into one particular area, project, work, whatever, it fizzles out quickly and you kind of move on to the next thing. You know, it doesn't really have that staying power. But you're on the receiving end of something this week that feels like something valuable. Okay, so I don't know if it's going to be just like literal money, if it's going to be something valuable like time, like free time, you know, or if it's going to be something related to that. It's going to be the gift of a tremendous opportunity somewhere, but it's going to really sync up with this feeling of having all of this desire and this enthusiasm and this energy, but not really finding where you want to go with it. You know what I mean? Up above everything, speaking of fire energy, we have more fire energy. I think this is your ultimate aspiration, your pursuit, your goal right now is your struggle really is looking for this one thing. This is the Ace of Wands. You're looking for this one path, you know? Excuse me. And with the Eight of Wands, it's a lot of different paths that you've been kind of trying, but you're looking for that one. Okay. And this is that path that you can commit to 100%. There's no doubts. There's no questions about it. Your energy will flow naturally in this direction. And I'm so curious how this is relating to this receiving of something this week. So again, it could be receiving an opportunity. It could be, you know, receiving the, you know, maybe something monetary, financial, you know. But in some way, it's going to facilitate you finding this one path. Okay, and I guess time will tell as we move into the next few days, the next week or two, how these kind of two energies are going to come together. Okay, but you are going to be receiving something that is, you know, maybe the entrance to this path that you can really commit to, you know, your real purpose. And we'll see how this progresses, and maybe this mystery card is going to be some water energy, showing that there is now some, or the real establishment, the real connection, the real finding of purpose and meaning in all of this, you know. In the recent past, we see this earth sign person. I feel like this is kind of where this gift or this receiving of something is coming from. I don't know if this is maybe an older family member that has recently passed on, and you're, you know, receiving something in the form of an inheritance. If this is, you know, an older family member or someone in your life in general that is maybe providing you an opportunity to go back to school, university, a trade school, or, you know, to really pursue this singular passion that seems to me now that, you know, you might already know what it is that you truly want to do, but there's just not the means to do that right now. But with this earth energy here, I feel like there will be the opportunity and the means to pursue this. Okay? At least to explore a particular path that you feel like could be the one. You know? And I feel like it's coming from this earth sign person. They may not be an earth sign. They could be someone that has kind of like a large estate. They have a lot of access to resources. They have a lot of maybe influence or, you know, earthly kind of abundance. They could be earthy in that way, right? But they might just be a straight earth sign person. But they're the ones that are going to be providing this Nine of Pentacles, the means for you to pursue the door, the opportunity, the environment, the space and time, perhaps, for you to pursue your passion on your search for real connection and real meaning. Okay. Beneath the surface, Hermit energy. Show the card. I think that you've been on this journey for a while now. I think you've been experimenting with a lot of different things. You've been really trying to process your experiences, learn from every one of these paths, that we see with the Eight of Wands. You're trying to learn from each one of these paths. That you've gone really hard down each of them. They haven't really been the one, and you've kind of come back to center. You've come back to your home base, your internal kind of home base. And you're trying to check in with spirit, check in with your guardian angel, your soul, yourself. And then pick a new direction and try going that way. I feel like this is kind of a path that you've been on for a while. This is kind of the nature of your work right now. You're trying to find this connection between what you feel in your soul. Maybe you're still trying to understand what it is that your soul really is yearning for. And I think you may get a glimpse of that either, in dreams, in meditation, just spontaneously throughout the day in forms of synchronicities, or direct messages. I feel like it's a little more subtle than that, though. And you're trying to decipher these messages, and you pick a path, you go down that path. Maybe you didn't get the message right, and that really wasn't the one, And for whatever reason, these paths turn out to not really be the one path for you. It could be that there was just too many mishaps, too many coincidences, which felt like the universe was maybe telling you, this isn't the right path, turn around, go a different direction. It's not that it was too hard or that there was too many obstacles in your way. It was like a real feeling, a real almost indication from the universe that this isn't the right one. Okay? It's almost like the warning signs started kind of flashing around you, and you knew that's not the right path. So it wasn't really through a lack of trying or a lack of enthusiasm. Just for whatever reason, the universe, the energies didn't really align for these experiments that you were on. And so it feels like we're still looking for that one path, the true path. But I think you maybe have an idea of what that is, or what your next attempt is going to be. But we just need the resources, the time, the space, the opportunity to go down that road and experiment with that. And again, I feel like you've been in this work for a while with this Hermit energy. I feel like this is really kind of a feeling like you go out into the world on this path, you attempt this journey, and then you return home. I'm getting this sense of going and returning, going and returning. Okay. And so I feel like maybe right now you're in this period of returning. You're at home now, you know what I mean, at your home base. A little bit more introspective and introverted rather than exuding this fire energy, and really expressing it and going down a path. I think that you've done that and you've returned. And now we're in this kind of return phase where you're picking the next doorway kind of thing. Does that make sense? So currently I think we're in a little bit of the hermit mode. And it could be an extended hermit mode because you have this one path in mind, but the resources aren't there yet. But good news is, I think through this earth sign person or this earthy person, you're going to be provided the means and the opportunity to pursue this path that is kind of your next option, your next choice, But let's go to the immediate future. And this really, I think, is you having to make that difficult decision, I think this is really you having to, coming to the realization, let's say, that if this path is the one, if this is the path with heart, the path with meaning, your one and only true path, right? what is that path asking you to sacrifice? Or maybe not so much sacrifice, because I don't think that it's something that you have now that you have to get rid of. I think it's what are you going to be rejecting or denying yourself in order to follow this path. So it's not a sacrifice. It's not something that you already have and you're making it sacred by giving it up, renouncing it. It's something that you don't currently have that you're going to have to be okay with not having, right? To follow this path. And I think that is the way, perhaps, that you'll decide this, is to say, what am I willing to give up, deny myself? What am I willing to not have for the sake of this path? And if it's not even a question, if it's, you'll give up everything, anything, to have this path, to pursue this work, I think that may be how you know that it's the one. So this is the Lover's card, and this is kind of saying, look, if you're getting married to this particular energy, this person, this circumstance, this whatever it is, that's basically excluding everything else that you could marry yourself to, right? So it's the same idea. We're just not talking about a romantic relationship, right? We're talking about this path, this purpose, this search for meaning that I think you're on. Okay, so I do believe in the near future, this choice, this real honesty with yourself is going to come up, and it's going to be something that is not the easiest choice to make. But if you feel very strongly about that choice, and if it is a choice that you are willing to make, that might be an indication that you're kind of on the right track here. But let's look at the path of the Serpent now and see what we can learn from these cards over here. I do just want to mention that these tarot cards are always correct. I don't care who you are, what reader you watch. There's never an incorrect tarot card that comes out of the deck. If you're reading for yourself or other people, it doesn't matter. The difficulty is in the interpretation. Okay, so as the messenger, I might not always understand the direct connection between these cards and your exact circumstances. And that's why I ask you to connect with the images and with the energies here and use your own intuition. Go beyond just the things that I'm saying, okay? What I'm saying is actually, in all honesty, rather meaningless. It's about how it connects with you and how you feel about it, how your intuition guides you, okay? So what I see in your general energy is this devil energy, this Capricorn kind of energy. This is kind of a lone wolf in some sense. I think that you are a person who tends to do better when you are the lone wolf. I think that you find it's easier to be yourself. It's easier to succeed. It's easier to really do your best when you're kind of doing things solo, And this kind of vibes with the Hermit too, a little bit, though I think the Hermit is more of the going out and coming back kind of energy. But this devil energy is to me suggesting that you really thrive when you are just kind of tossed into a situation by yourself and you've got to survive. You ever watch that show Alone, where they're thrown out into the wilderness? I mean, not literally thrown, but they're just by themselves and they have to take care of everything: shelter, food, water. They have to either thrive or they go home, they lose. Okay. I think you're kind of the same way. I think you're like, I wouldn't be surprised if you are kind of in some ways like a survivalist kind of person, like a real outdoors person. You like to go camping by yourself, or you just like to go and tackle challenges by yourself, kind of push yourself and see what you're capable of. I'm getting that kind of a vibe with you. At the same time, I think that you're also a great team player, I think that you have an ability to lead. It may not be what you like to do. You don't want to be in charge of people. You don't want to be the leader. You'd rather kind of be doing your own thing. But when it really comes down to it, you can and you do lead other people. So if you were in a survival situation, I think you'd be the one to kind of take charge and say, this is what we got to do. And I think everybody would listen to you because they want to survive and thrive too. So this is the feeling that I'm getting from you, and I don't know what kind of work you're really pursuing, what kind of purpose or meaning that you're really looking for. I don't know if it's possible with this card that you are already kind of done with your earthly career days. Like you've already had your kind of career arc, and now you're looking for further meaning, further purpose in your life. I'm getting the feeling like it's not so much career related in terms of what's going to pay the bills and what's going to kind of support your life or your family, etc. But I feel like this is something a little bit beyond that. It's kind of I'm getting the feeling like after all of that career and family stuff, what are you pursuing? What is your meaning? What is your purpose? Now, I know by saying that I'm probably excluding a large portion of the audience, so I don't think that is like a definite feeling or a definite fact, I guess I should say. It is a feeling, but it could be in such a way that your career is already established. You already know what you're doing for money and how you're supporting yourself or your family, etc., but you're looking for something beyond that. Okay, so whether that means you're already like retirement age or if you're still, in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, it's the same kind of vibe. It's almost like this isn't a pursuit for career and for income. This is a pursuit of purpose and meaning, right? Somewhere to put this passion and enthusiasm, this fiery energy that you have, because I feel like your money stuff, your career thing is pretty much either done in the past or it's already taken care of and you're not really worried about that. And that would really vibe with the type of earth cards that we have here. See, we don't have a lot of, we've got mostly fire and major arcana here. We had a couple of earth cards that we showed already. We've got a couple of fire cards that we've talked about. And then it's mostly majors, a little bit of air. Okay, so let's continue on and see how this might develop. I do see another, this is the Princess of Wands, another court card here. Fiery energy. This is in terms of your environment. Now, I don't know that this is another person involved in your life. It could be a younger feminine energy, fire sign person. But I think that this is more talking about your you trying to mold your environment to be more conducive to the pursuit that you're on. You know what I mean? This is really you trying to set up the space for yourself to pursue this work, this introspection, this pursuit of this meaning and connection. Okay? So what I'm getting here with this, the Princess of Wands here is you like literally trying to not build something, but to clear out space like in your home to do certain types of work. Maybe like building an art studio or clearing out a room for an art studio, or a temple, a meditation room, a yoga room, a weight room, exercise room, something of that nature where I'm getting this feeling like there's a lot of busy work going on in your home right now. And I'm getting the image of someone like moving all the furniture like against the wall and out the door of some room in your house. Okay, so I think part of that is like a restless energy. And I think that you're kind of like, I'm getting the vibe of like you're just moving furniture around. You're not really sure what the space is going to be for yet. But I feel a lot of this kind of restless, kind of anxious energy moving furniture around. Okay, so I don't know if that is just a feeling that you have or if that's literally something that you've been doing or that you're going to be doing, like clearing out a room, maybe clearing out the garage, a spare bedroom, an office, a den, something like that. I'm getting that feeling of clearing the space out, but it's through this nervous kind of energy, okay? Now the next card that we see, the Star card, this this is really, I mean, kind of the same as this Hermit energy. The Hermit, I think, is holding that lamp, and that lamp to me is this star, okay? And that is like this, you know, intuitive wisdom, this divine knowledge, this understanding, this real sense of connection. I think what this card is representing for you is the trying to establish a dialogue with yourself, you know? I think you're really like looking for guidance, looking for assistance, looking for some kind of a sign or a symbol about what to do, where to go. Maybe you have this particular idea in mind that we were talking about, and you're looking for a confirmation that, yeah, this is the right one. This is it. Okay. So you've got this vibe of sometimes you feel very connected with yourself, with your spirit, with your guardian angels, spirit guides, whatever you want to call it. You feel very connected. But then I think other times you don't feel so connected, and it could be when you are doing this kind of, going out and returning kind of thing with this Hermit energy, that you start to kind of doubt your actual connection with spirit, with yourself, your soul, again, whatever you believe in. This kind of inner dialogue, your conscience, your instincts, whatever you want to term it. I think sometimes you're a little bit shaky with that connection, that communication with yourself. But you're really looking for this kind of assistance, this guidance. And I do think it's coming. I do think that through this Hermit energy and through this star energy, I think this is strong enough energy, your connection is strong enough that you'll get the guidance that you're looking for. You'll get the confirmation that you're looking for, perhaps through this physical event coming from this earthy or earth sign person, and whatever it is that they're providing you. Okay, there's still this feeling of them giving something to you. And again, it could be space, it could be time. It could be money. Who knows? It could be opportunity. It could be a door. So I think that in some ways that is the confirmation. That is the kind of divine guidance, the help that you're looking for from spirit, from the universe, from divinity, and whatever you want to call it. Again, there's so many names for this kind of energy. And I think this card also, it really is, I know I already said that, but this card is kind of indicating in the affirmative that the guidance that you're looking for, the sign that you're looking for, is going to take the form of this outside help, this actual person in your life, or that's coming into your life, or whoever that person turns out to be. They are the assistance that you're looking for. And in some ways, it kind of is your spirit or yourself or your guardian angels that is communicating to you through this event with that earth sign, that earthy person. Okay? So there is this outside help coming. And that's going to be the kind of confirmation that you need. All right. Now, the next card, the Three of Swords. This is typically a sad card, a sorrowful kind of energy. In terms of a final kind of outcome or a long-term event or a projected outcome, a more long-term future kind of outcome here, I think that this is a real understanding coming to you. I think this is going to be some certainty, some wisdom and understanding, some real knowing, and the confidence that comes with knowing for certain beyond the shadow of a doubt. But it may not be the facts or the reality or the understanding that you really wanted. Does that ring a bell for you? I don't know if you have these particular ideas of what would feel good, what would be fun, or what you think would be like the best direction to take your life. I feel like the actual reality is going to be something a little bit different. And it's kind of, at first glance, going to make your ego a little bit disappointed. You know what I mean? It's like the real truth of the matter is not going to be whatever is going to gratify your ego. Okay, that's the harsh reality. That's the painful kind of truth of the Three of Swords. The real understanding, the deep, certain understanding goes, it doesn't care if the ego likes it or not. It doesn't care if the ego is going to be, gratified by this reality, by this truth. So I would say just be ready for that, and don't look primarily at those things that will gratify the ego, because I don't think that spirit, your guardian angels, your life path, whatever you want to call it, really cares if your ego is satisfied. You know what I mean? So prepare your ego for that, because I don't know. It could work out that there's that overlap, and then things are good. But more likely than not, it's going to be something that doesn't quite satisfy your ego to the utmost, So it's going to be maybe a little bit disappointing to the ego, but it's something that you're going to know and feel as a certainty. You're going to have that divine understanding about whatever this reality is going to be, whatever this path is that you're going to take. Now, let's look at this confirmation card, because I wonder if this maybe is going to be an Empress. Maybe this will be some of that water energy that we're really looking for here. No, more air energy. There's going to be a resistance to this, I think. I can already feel it. We already kind of were going in that direction with this Three of Swords. The ego's not going to be too happy about the kind of outcome here. And I feel like that is going to cause a little bit of hesitation in you. I feel like it's kind of going to be like the next obstacle for you to really work through is this conflict between what you know for a certainty is really your path, your purpose, your work, your pursuit, and the ego's kind of rebellion against that. Okay? And so I see that there's going to be a little bit of a stalemate there. There's going to be a little bit of something that you're going to have to kind of unravel and work through. Okay? There's going to be some resistance to whatever this new reality, this new understanding, this new kind of, this certainty and wisdom and this confidence that you have about your path, about your pursuit, your purpose, your work. The ego is going to rebel against it, and that's something that you're going to have to sort out, because there will be some resistance, and that's the confirmation that we're getting today. Unfortunately, not the water that I was hoping for, but maybe next week there will be some more of this water energy coming in. Maybe in the extended we'll see some of that. If you want to watch the extended, click on the link that's right up here, and you can have access to all of the extended readings. Okay. This was your weekly tarot reading, January 29th through February 4th. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today on Dove and Serpent Tarot.